God that I made it. Look at me, I feel amazing. Had so many problems, nigga, I had to hurdle them. Right now I feel alive. 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 Right now.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kyber Watson back with another video for you guys today, and boy, has it been a weekend for me. If you know what last weekend was and yesterday was, then you know why I am exhausted. E3 2021 started on Friday, and I've just been up, covering every single showcase that came out on Friday, which was, I believe it was the 10th of June. On my Twitch page, there's not a lot of videos up on my YouTube because I just wanted to see everything first and then give you guys my top 5 games I'm looking forward to playing in this year and in the future, because some of the games that are going to be in this top 5 list aren't coming out until next year. Some stuff is from the Microsoft conference, some stuff is from the Nintendo conference. I got some stuff spreading out from pretty much everything, but this video is going to be basically like an overview video, like a recap on the top 5 things that I'm excited to play later on this year in 2021 from E3 2021 and next year that came from an announcement from E3 2021. So I'm gonna run through these video games, give you my top 5 and maybe one other game that I feel like is honorable mention. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get right into it. Alright, so my first game that I'm really excited to play, which was actually a surprise to me when I saw it in the Nintendo Direct yesterday, is the Life is Strange series is coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is going to be the collection of all the previous games, and the bigger surprise for me was Life is Strange 3 is actually coming. And if you watch one of my videos earlier in the week, you know that Life is Strange 3 was on my most anticipated games that I wanted to see at E3 this year, and we saw it in both Square Enix's conference and we saw it in Nintendo's conference, and they're both coming. You see it on the screen right now. It says Life is Strange Remastered Collection and Life is Strange True Colors coming to Nintendo Switch. So I'm hyped to be playing as the new character from the Life is Strange series, which is going to be in 3. I'm really hyped to be going back to play as Alex and everybody else in the original series also. And I might just double dip on this game. I was going to originally get it on the PC, but now that it's coming to Switch, I'm going to probably pick it up on the Nintendo Switch too and have it portable. So my number 5 goes to Life is Strange Collection and Life is Strange 3 for Nintendo Switch. Alright, so number 4 on my list of games that I'm most anticipated to play from E3 2021 goes to Shin Megami Tensei 5. I actually thought that this game was not coming out this year, but I think they said the release date is going to be sometime later on 2021 for this game. I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game before, unless you count the spin-offs, which is Persona. I love Persona 5, love Persona 5 Strikers. I played both of those on my Twitch stream. This game actually looks pretty dope. I love the UI that they have for this game. The character looks really dope. All of the characters that came back from Persona are in this game. The level up system looks pretty dope. Everything from this game just looks like a game for me, honestly. I heard this series was the hardest series out of the 2, Persona and Shin Megami, but I'm excited to play this game when it comes out to the Nintendo Switch exclusively sometime later on this year. And I'm just glad they showed it finally, like the gameplay, what the story is going to be like and everything. I can't wait to play this game. Everything just looks fantastic from it. So number 4 goes to Shin Megami Tensei 5 for most anticipated games that I want to play from E3 2021. Alright, continue with the list. Now, would it actually really be a Nintendo conference without something Smash Bros. Related? So, I streamed the whole event with a few of my Twitch friends, and this was a really hype moment for us. The Smash Bros. Revealing to be Kazuma from Tekken series. And if you guys don't believe me how hyped we were when we find out that it was Kazuya from the Tekken series, check out this clip right here.
They're gonna start off with character, aren't they?
Oh
Yep.
God.
What the fuck is this? Oh God, it's Smash.
Starting off with Smash.
Fucking just take off the band-aid right now, bro.
Ganondorf is
It's Smash.
dead.
It is Smash. Oh, what? Jin?
What? Thank you! Yes! Yes!
God.
Not that trash ass
Finally,
Tekken character.
we finally got it.
Yeah, as Smash fans, that moment was pretty hype for us because we thought that it was going to be a different character from a leak that one of my friends who was also in the chat sent me prior to watching the Smash Bros event in the Direct. We thought it was actually going to be Master Chief. And when we saw that it was actually Kazuya from the Tekken series, we just went ballistic and we were so excited that it wasn't Master Chief. Maybe he'll come for the last fighter. We don't really know because, you know, Sakurai and Nintendo are trolls and whatnot. But this was actually pretty dope for me. This was number 3. And, you know, if you know me, you know that I play Smash on my Twitch channel. You know that I'm a Shoto main. I play Ryu. Now I play Pyro, but I play my Ryu as my secondary. And I never played a Tekken game, really. But if Kazuya plays similar to Ryu or any of the other Shotos, then I might actually, you know, practice him for a little bit and play as him in this game. So Kazuya for Smash Bros. For the Fighters Pass 2 for the second to last character being announced was number 3 on my list of things that I'm anticipated to play from E3 2021. It's really dope. So glad it wasn't Master Chief. Okay, so my number 2 game on this list for most anticipated games that I want to play from E3 2021 might make some Nintendo fans mad because if you know me, I'm a really hardcore Nintendo fan myself, but this game has to be in the number 2 slot because it's not the game that made me say, oh, I want to play that. I can't wait for that. Like, I really can't wait for Breath of the Wild sequel to come out, but I don't know, maybe it was just the trailer that didn't, you know, catch my eye like my number 1 did, which is coming up after the honorable mention. But Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's sequel is my number 2 most anticipated game that I want to play. This game is coming out in 2022. Before E3 even started, I made a bet to my Twitch channel that if this game came out this year, 2021, that I would replay the original Breath of the Wild with just a stick. And because they announced this game for next year and not this year, I don't have to do that challenge anymore. So I'm happy about that for one. But nonetheless, I'm still excited for Breath of the Wild's sequel to come out. Don't know what this one is going to entail. People are having analyzation videos on this game and everything speculating whether that character from the start was actually Princess Zelda or not. But I don't think that was Princess Zelda. I think that was Link or maybe another character you play early on in the game. But we won't know until next year around maybe a holiday or I don't know, spring or the summer of next year. But my number 2 most anticipated game that I want to play from E3 2021 goes to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. There's no name for it because Nintendo said that the name was spoiled pretty much what the game is. But number 2 goes to the Breath of the Wild sequel. Alright, so before we get into my number 1 of most anticipated games that I want to play from E3 2021, as an honorable mention I'm going to give is the Halo Infinite multiplayer. Honestly, I have no idea why this multiplayer caught my eye at the Microsoft conference, but nonetheless, it did. I've never played like Halo multiplayer. I've only played Halo's 1 and 2's campaign as a kid, and that's pretty much it because at one point in my life I had an Xbox and I just played those games, but the majority of my life I have always been a Nintendo boy. and I'm proud of that. But I don't know, this game looks really fun. It looks nonsensical. It looks like it's gonna be a ton of fun if you have like a group of friends to play it with and whatnot. So honorable mention of games that I want to play from E3 2021 is Halo Infinite. Comes out for Game Pass sometime later on this year, so that's how I'm gonna be playing it. Looks kind of dope, honestly. Can't lie about that. Alright, so my number one pick for most anticipated games that I want to play from E3 this year might have people scratching their heads because it's not a Nintendo game. It's actually a Microsoft exclusive game made from the developers from Bethesda. And I think the reason why I was so excited to see something from this game is because I just came off my Mass Effect Legendary Collection playthrough. I beat all 3 of the games on my Twitch channel, and I'm just like on a space high right now. I want to play something that involves spaceships and time travel and space travel and all of that stuff. So when they revealed this trailer and the release date for Starfield, I was like, okay, sign me up. I'm ready. I've heard nothing but like cool things about this game ever since they announced it. I don't know, like way back when. And I'm glad they're taking their time with this game because we don't want to end up with another Cyberpunk fiasco or, you know, stuff like that. So even though the game says it's going to be coming out in November 11th of 2022, I think that date might get pushed back a little bit just to like have the game polished and play perfect on the PC. That's what I'm going to play it on, and for like, you know, the other Xbox consoles and whatnot, because it's Xbox exclusive. It's not coming to anything else besides like Microsoft consoles. But my number one most anticipated game that I want to play from E3 2021 goes to none other than Starfield. Even though we didn't see any gameplay or nothing, I'm still hyped because it's a space game and I love space. So there you have it. That's my number one. Alright, so that was my top 5 most anticipated games that I want to play from E3 2021 of this year. Like, I don't know, I think a lot of people didn't really like this year's show for certain reasons because we didn't see stuff like, you know, Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime 4 or some of the other stuff that's probably still a far ways away and still in development. But if I had to give the show a grade myself, this is my personal grade for E3 overall, I would give it a B+, A-, because I think Microsoft finally hit it out the park for once at E3. Nintendo was the avatar. They came and saved us because, you know, the Ubisoft show was kind of trash. Square Enix was kind of trash. I didn't watch Devolver Digital. I don't even know what they had. They're always kind of like, you know, weird with what they do, but maybe it was good, maybe it was not. I don't know. I just feel like this show was actually a pretty good show after coming off of a year hiatus of not having E3. And people just got to understand that developers really needed time to develop stuff because the pandemic came around and it stopped people from developing games and working and stuff altogether. So you can't be mad that you didn't see your favorite game at this year's E3. Maybe they'll show it at another event. We have 6 more months in this year. We got a bunch of stuff coming out in early September to the holiday season. So maybe we'll get some more Nintendo Direct, some more State of Play, some more Microsoft conferences and all of that stuff. So just be patient, people. You know, give these developers time to develop. We are in a worldwide crisis actually. So just calm down, play the games that you have now, and then maybe you will see something from your favorite game eventually. But that does it for the video. I will have more coverage of everything that was shown at E3 later on in the week. I gotta get some rest because this year really like tired me out and whatnot. But I will do videos on most of the new games that will be coming out later on this year and some next year. So let me know what you guys' top 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 games that you saw at E3 2021 down below. And if you like the conference also. As always, I'm your boy Kaiba. I will see you guys in the next video. Follow me on all my social medias down below in the description. I'll have another video for you guys sometime in the near future. As always, I am out. Peace.